Is everybody in? Is everybody in? The show is about to begin.
Welcome to the podcast, concerts that made us, interviews and stories, tales from the bus. We love taking you back to when it all went down. The greatest live shows and the cheering crowd sound. It's concerts that made us, concertsthatmadeus.com.
Hi guys, we're the Color Blue. This is Leon, Marius, and Tim, and you're listening to the Concerts That Made Us.
She said she's tired and she's falling apart. He said he loved her, but he went and broke her heart. Safe on the surface, bubble underneath. Baby, tonight it begins. Backbeat kicking, she drops down to her knees. Daddy's got the candy, she screams, she begs, she pleads. Affirmation seeking, she always aims to please. Is it really ever enough? Close your eyes and look away, 'cause inside we still feel the same. Close your eyes and look away, 'cause inside we still stay the same. He said he loved her, but he don't know where to start. Every time she leaves, she rips his heart apart. Infatuated, bound by all the strings. Baby, tonight it begins. Backbeat kicking, she drops down to her knees. Daddy's got the candy, she screams, she begs, she pleads. Affirmation seeking, she always aims to please. Is it really ever enough? Close your eyes and look away, 'cause inside we still feel the same. Close your eyes and look away, 'cause inside we still stay the same. Close your eyes and look away, 'cause inside we still feel the same. Close your eyes and look away, 'cause inside we still feel the same. Close your eyes and look away, 'cause inside we still feel the same. Close your eyes and look away, 'cause inside we still feel the same.
Guys, you're very welcome back to Concerts That Made Us.
Yeah, we're very happy to be here, man. Always great.
It's great to have you. It's great to have you. Now, it's been a year since we last spoke. How has life been for you guys?
Yeah, I think it's been good. Marius is a father again.
Oh,
He's got another
congratulations.
baby. And we've got a new single, and yeah, things are going pretty well musically, man, and personally as well.
Brilliant. Brilliant. You mentioned the single, Discount Hearts. I like it. It's a banger. Take us deeper into it if you can.
How's it? I'm Tim. What started as any of the other songs we've done previously did, just as a jam session. And one thing sort of leads to another, and it only really becomes a song once Leon puts vocals on top of it. Yeah, just a moment of spontaneity.
Yeah, I think all of it on this this writing cycle, like I like to call it, from Love and Space to Discount Hearts, all of it is jams. It's the guys get into the studio and Tim and Marius just they play, and if there's something that grabs me and I can feel the energy, I start working on the melody, and there we go. We don't try and overthink songs, and specifically Discount Hearts just felt right from the beginning. It felt like this is in your face song. It captured the mood perfectly.
Hmm. Yeah. And lyrically, where did the idea for it come from?
Uh, Again, I don't consciously sit and think, what are we gonna, what am I gonna sing about? It's absolutely the guys are jamming and they're playing, and that creates a mood and a feel in the studio where I just try and latch onto that, and the song evolves from there, and the lyrics itself, the chorus was the pre-chorus and the chorus was pretty much there from the start. The close your eyes and look away, and then the backbeat kicking, and the song became more and more lyrically about not per se the girl and the boy and the boy and the girl, but more about figuratively, it's apathy towards things around us, the world around us, maybe giving into to certain things, maybe at work, at school, with friends, just closing your eyes and looking away, and just trying to not bother, and maybe discounting ourselves a little bit too much. So there's a deeper message to it, I think.
I like it. I like it. Now, when it came to recording production, is there any challenges or maybe memorable moments that stick out to you guys?
Yeah, from the maybe Marius can talk about the recording process. The bass was pretty pivotal in that, and with the drums. So maybe he can maybe talk about his experience there.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I think uh, basically like every other recording process. I mean, we've got our stock standard way of how we do our recordings. Generally starting with drums, over to the bass, or rather with scratch track, drum, bass, guitar, and vocals, and all that post production stuff comes with it. But I think the key thing for us when it gets to recording is essentially trying to capture the vibe, the actual vibe of the song, and not have it sound mechanical, if that makes sense. You still want to hear and feel, that human element, when the music is being listened. Yeah, I don't know. It's always a fun experience, recording. Personally, I think this is the first time that I've actually recorded songs on the bass when playing with a pick. So generally, I use fingerstyle. But yeah, I think it just added a bit more crunch or attack, rather, to what it was that we're trying to achieve, specifically around emphasizing the backbeat pre-chorus part, as well as the chorus itself. But in general, yeah, I think we always try and do it together. So even if it's irrespective of who's recording, we're all there. And yeah, I think we'll just again try and capture the vibe.
Yeah, pretty much what George said. I just want to say that the one thing that I tried to do from a sound perspective on this specific, on these songs, is to try and capture a playthrough performance where we don't composite a lot of tracks. There isn't a lot of takes in between. It's like George's bass part, Marius's bass part is a playthrough. The drums is a playthrough. Tim's guitaring is a straight playthrough, and I think that's pretty cool. You can hear that.
Yeah, definitely. The video as well. I'd love to chat about the video. It's a pretty fun video. What was it like making it?
Yeah. I probably over-engineered a lyric video.
I thought that.
um, uh, something interesting that no one really knows. You're going to be the first guy to know this. Is we actually that's not the music video. That's the lyric video for the song. The music video we actually shot about. We started shooting about 2 weeks ago. We got to edit the thing and put it together. So there's a second video coming out, and it's very cool. It's going to be a very nice video, but that specific video started out as the lyric video, and it became so much fun making it and just going over the top. The song is so serious, so we just went so over the top with the video that it really, like I said, I over-engineered it. But yeah, we've had a lot of good commentary about the video. It was a lot of fun making it.
Yeah.
It took me about 2 days.
Right. Is it something you're going to do in the future? Put yourselves into the lyric videos?
I think music and the industry and how people present the songs, and it's moving so fast that why not? If we can make it fun and we can make it something nice for people to watch, then absolutely we'll produce this. We're going to be producing a lot more video content and welcoming people into our lives and into the studio and into what we do. So yeah, definitely.
Nice. Now, have you guys got the chance to play the song live yet?
Yeah.
How's it going down?
Yeah, no, it's gone. It's a banger. Every time we play, it's absolute. It's one of those songs that people really like, and we like playing it live as well. So absolutely, it's a good live song.
I think the other thing also, which kind of makes it, makes people very receptive to it, is that when we put together a set list, we tend to group songs. So we have 2 to 3 to 4 songs that flow into each other, trying to emphasize a specific vibe around the song, or the group of songs rather. So yeah, and I'm maybe digressing a little bit, talking about the set lists and how we put the set list together, but the whole idea is essentially just to create vibe. I guess everything just comes back to vibe.
Definitely. Now, we have to talk about some concerts. There's concerts that made us after all. First off, how have the gigs been the last year since we spoke?
We've been quiet. We've played a couple of gigs and a couple of shows, but you see the problem that we have currently is there's very few venues, and I've seen that in the last 2 to 3 years. Hence why I said video content and digital content, and trying to get onto people's phones, and maybe having more smaller, intimate, invited concerts in the studio and in private places is the future for us, I feel. Obviously, when the festivals and those things come up, we're there, but unfortunately, they're far and few in between at the moment. Specifically where we are. So yeah, we want to play, we want to share the music, but it's just becoming more and more difficult at the moment to do that with venues, so we create our own.
Yeah. It kind of obviously hasn't gone full circle to recovering from the lockdowns and everything, has it?
No, I was actually involved in a discussion this week with a venue owner on Facebook, and he was saying the same kind of thing, that obviously we got Johannesburg and we got Pretoria, and you got 2 or 3 venues to play between those 2 cities, and it's that was set up for bands, that are set up to do that on a regular basis, and it's just guys are struggling, and people aren't going out as much, so. For us, it's we're musicians. We want to play in front of people, but I think a big payoff is also recording that music, doing the videos, and building up that community and then telling the community, oh, we're going to play here. We're going to maybe go back to booking out a hall and inviting people and putting up a show. I don't know. That's I think where things are headed.
Yeah, definitely true. And Marius, Tim, I'm not sure you guys were here last time. I don't think you were. So these two questions are specifically for you. Now, Leanne, you can answer as well. It'll be interesting to see if your answer has changed over time. But out of all the gigs you guys have played, is there one that stands above the rest as a high point for you?
Then do you want to go first?
I'll go first. Thanks, my pal.
We're Millie's, man.
Thank you. I think there's a handful that stand out. One of the top for me was the Vrystaat Kunstefees. It was the first time we played Bloemfontein, and yeah, we keep talking about vibe, and that show was just a vibe from beginning to end. One of the biggest stages, bigger crowds, but it just had a killer atmosphere. Like everything you would expect to get out of a live show was that one for me. There's a bunch more, but if I have to name just one, that's probably that one.
Yeah, I think there's a couple. The Free State Arts Festival, like Tim said, that was a good one. But personally, for me, I think I can bring it down to three, and there were three different shows in different parts of the country, and there were three different vibes. I think one of the biggest ones was the one we played in Joburg. We played together with Pokov Lisekar. That was the first time that I walked onto a stage and I experienced intimidation from a crowd. It was so many people that it was actually intimidating being on stage, but what an epic show. It was that one. The second one would be the show we played in Margate. We played a festival there. I think it was the one we played on the Saturday. We played the Saturday night or Saturday afternoon. That was also a killer show. It was just one where everything clicked. Everything. The sound was great. The crowd was great. The music was good. We played well. It was just everything gelled perfectly. And then another one that will always stick out for me was when we played a little small town in, I think it's not KwaZulu-Natal. We played Vryheid. Smallish show, or smallish fest, but just again the vibe was absolutely electric. I'll never forget that. So those three are the ones that stand out for me.
I like it. And Leanne?
Yeah, it's pretty much shared, but I don't know what I said last time, but if I have to pull standouts, possibly be also the South Coast Bike Fest, specifically the second day we played, and I think it was the Saturday we played, and had this great view of the ocean and the beach and lots of people. That's very memorable to me. Also, the Vrystaat Kunstefees, it was very good. Port Shepstone, that was also very good. And all the small towns are always great. So it all just mashes into one.
I'd say so. If this will be a fun one, if we switch that around, the worst gig, things started to fall apart. How did you guys overcome it?
Can I go first?
Yeah, you go first.
So as a bassist, there's not a lot of things that really, really annoy you as much as when you send out your tech writer and they say that they've got everything, and you get to the venue and they tell you that they don't have a bass amp, they don't have any bass gear, nothing. There's no bass rig, and then you have to plug into a PA, or DI into a PA. And there was one specific show we played once, and I won't call out the venue, but Rusty Crook, where, they plugged me into a monitor. Yes, I hate it, man. That was so bad. And after a while, after playing, I kind of realized that I'm not hearing anything. And was trying to be diplomats, kind of try to go on. But I kind of started asking the rest of the guys on stage, like, do you hear anything? They're like, no, they hear. But when they came to my side, they couldn't hear. So eventually, I'm not lying, man, like, it's almost the size of an envelope. That's the speaker they gave me to play through. I was impressed. I was impressed. I had a good time. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Couldn't wait to go back. No, that's all sarcasm. I did not like it at all. But I think the key thing is, and irrespective of what the show is and what the challenges are that you do experience at a show, you still need to maintain a level of professionalism. And because, we pride ourselves in professionalism and the fact that, we know our stuff, you just keep playing. Irrespective of whether or not you hear yourself or you hear the other guys or whatever, you just keep going. You soldier on. And you kind of hope that it's been received well on the other side. Because, I mean, I'm sure there's essentially two types of sound. It's the front of house and then what you get on stage. Those are two completely different sounds. So you just kind of hope and pray that the front of house sound is good and that your stuff is coming out. But it is quite challenging, playing a bass line and not really knowing if you're really actually playing the bass line. Are you plugged in? I don't know. My cable works. I think so.
Crazy. And Tim, what about you?
I've got 3 stories in particular, but none of which are actually about the show itself being bad. It was just things that happened during or after the show. The first 2 are injuries I've incurred while being on stage. The first one I remember distinctly because it was one of my first shows with the band, and I tried to jump off a drum riser, and I was planning on getting this little head start running and then like jumping off the riser to get like insane airtime. And I hit the riser with both my knees and just front flipped onto my back and kept playing, obviously. But yeah, that one knocked my wind out. Our first album launch show, I also again tried to jump off a drum riser and then hit myself in the face with my own guitar, cutting my eyelid open. And then I almost passed out. And luckily enough, Marius came to me and was like, dude, you okay? Yeah, face is just wet. It was that one. And then the third one, probably the worst one, was I think the second Poison Rally show we played. Show was brilliant, probably one of our best. But then coming off the stage, there was this dude who shouldn't have been there and was there, and he was just very handsy. Like he just kept wanting to touch me and stuff. And we had to call our great friends Gerard to be a security enforcer. And he's intimidating enough where he doesn't have to say anything. Like he just needed to appear and this dude was gone. That was a weird experience. But yeah, so that's probably it.
Have you learned your lesson about jumping off drum risers?
I don't think so.
Right.
I'll totally do it again.
And Leanne, what about you?
Yeah, I actually remember that night that he hit himself with the guitar and bust himself open. It was like blood dripping down his face, and he continues playing, and it was very metal for us, But yeah, for me, I think there's been sometimes gigs that you expect to be good are sometimes challenging, and then gigs that you expect to be small and challenging are sometimes the best. I don't really have a much like Tim. I've got things that happened. I've got one show that I particularly didn't enjoy playing. The guys will know, and again, it comes down to engineering, and I got in-ears, and the specific engineer and I can't blame the engineer. I don't know, but I couldn't get a sound in my in-ears, which is problematic because then I can't sing. So we had to go back to monitors, and we soldiered on through, and we actually returned to that same venue a little bit later, a couple of weeks later, And I must say that was probably the worst gig for me that I experienced. We played pretty well, but that's when I realized that the whole venue is full of bands, and there's maybe a couple of people watching, unlike a couple of years ago, and the bands are there to pitch up, play, and then go home. And that was quite an eye opener for me, where I thought, wow, I've been doing this for 20 years, playing shows since I was like 14, 13. It's even more than that, and I've never experienced that where even at the worst gig. So yeah, I'd say those two instances stand out for me.
Right, right, understandable. And before we
Yeah.
dive into the last couple of questions, then future plans, more music videos, anything you can share with us?
Yeah, we're currently busy. Also, newsflash, the next single is we're busy finishing up the recording of the next single. Busy mixing it, and it'll follow on the heels of Discount Hearts as the third song in the series, Love in Space and Discount Hearts and Leave. That's the name of the next single. So obviously, in the next couple of weeks, we got the video for Discount Hearts, the performance video that we're going to put out, and that'll lead into a lot of video about us creating and working in the studio and working on Leave. We really filmed the whole process, and a lot of that will be shared with everyone on YouTube and TikTok and all the other social media platforms. The whole creation process, the recording process, everything leading up to the release of the song, which will also have another video. So yeah, lots of content for us, until the end of the year to share with everyone.
Brilliant, plenty to look forward to. So, yeah. Right, we'll dive into the last couple. These are a couple of random fun ones. First off, besides music, what are you guys currently obsessed with?
At this stage in my life, it's basically changing nappies, giving my wife a break, trying to sleep, working. Although working sucks, like it's it's not fun. But yeah, it's my whole life has been been dedicated the last couple of months to our newborn. Also got a 3-year-old little daughter, so keeping her busy. So a lot of Daniel Tiger, a lot of Fireman Sam, a lot of Paw Patrol, good messages in the shows, but yeah, kids essentially, man. So yeah, life phases of life, huh?
Exactly. I know exactly what you mean. And Tim?
Um, this is a difficult one to answer because it's basically like if it's not music, it's something to do with music. Because I'm playing guitar as we speak. Like, I don't know if you can hear it. So
No.
I don't know. I kind of only have one obsession. So it's, yeah,
Yeah, one's good enough.
just that.
Yeah, for me at the moment, it's Dutch. I also shared the same journey as Marius a couple of years ago. My son is bigger, so his obsession is also music, and I'm pretty much where Tim is at the moment. I'm just trying to upscale myself as an artist constantly, and as a producer, and of it, trying to make music videos as well in between. So I'd say the obsession for me at the moment currently is learning as much about video as I possibly can. So that's where I am currently.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And the final one, what's your go-to album? An album you constantly revisit?
I've got a couple, man. One of my favorite albums, just sound wise, is Less Than Jake, Borders and Boundaries. Always return to that album. Other ones, steal this album from System of a Down as well. Love punk music. lot of punk music, a lot of NoFX. It's all over the show. Rise Against, Rancid, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Recently, it's been the intro songs to the kiddie shows, man. Got this one show on Netflix called Fireman Sam, which is a fantastic show. I mean, it sucks if you're over 7, I guess, but it's fantastic stories. Fantastic stories. Great advice. Essentially just to stay calm. But yeah, I get to sing a lot with my daughter, who's actually into Foster the People. Come to think of it now, yeah, we had a dance the other night, the two of us, where we danced to the Pumped Up Kicks from Foster the People. Some little bit of The Weekend, which is also weird for me. And yeah, those kind of things.
Not a bad mix, especially for your man Sam.
You gotta love it, man. Like, irrespective of what the situation is, I've learned that Fireman Sam is a policeman also. I also understand that he flies choppers, does everything. And no matter what the situation is, every time he jumps out of the fire truck, he always shouts at the people, "Stay calm!" And everybody just listens. So, and again, it's advice to live by, So no matter what the situation is, just take a deep breath, stay calm, except when changing nappies. Because, I mean, when that stuff gets on your hands, like, which is also a strange thing, come to think of it, you don't get freaked out. Like, I'm going to stop, man. Like, I feel like I'm digressing. We're not even talking about music anymore. Kids.
Okay.
Digress.
And Tim?
Now that I sit and think of it, I realize most I ever listened to full albums in my life was when I was super young, and the music of the time was all new metal. So the first things that come to mind is like Meteora by Linkin Park and Follow the Leader, Korn, Iowa by Slipknot, LD50 by Mudvayne. But if there's one recent one, it's by a band called Loathe. It's called I Let It In, and It Took Everything. It's just an insane work from start to finish. Like, if you're going to listen to a full album, that's definitely one to cross off, I would say.
Yeah, I think for me, go-to albums or albums that that changed my life would be Metallica Black Album. Sonically and the way it sounded, it just changed my life the first time I wanted to be in a band. I'd say In Utero from Nirvana as well, and then
Bleach also.
Yeah. We got Bleach days. Bleach was a great album, and then something that really that I listened to it actually on Saturday, and I just sang along and started screaming in the car because it really taught me a lot about singing. Is Aerosmith Nine Lives album. I think it came out in '97, around there, and it was I only had that album, and I only had the Black album, and I would only listen to that, to nothing else, So those albums really, they've got a nice, I've got a good connection with those albums.
Brilliant choices. Listen, guys, this has been an absolute blast now. Thanks a million.
Thanks so much for having us, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Steve. Absolute pleasure. And if you get a chance, like, I would highly recommend Fireman Sam. Like, just everybody wants to be in Ponte.
Standing here and I lose my mind.
Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. And if you're interested in signing up to Band Builder Academy, use the link in the show notes below and enter the code CONCERTS and you'll receive 10% off. So, until next time, keep rocking. Hey, what are you guys still doing here? The show's over. It's over. You can go home. Go on. We'll see you next time. We'll be here. Bye.